The office, the living room, all 12 months of her. How and why does a young woman get a whole calendar to herself? Our Cindy Adams asked the same question.
Carol Alt, hotshot model. She's done over 600 magazine covers. You could die from her up close. There's not a hair, not an enlarged pore, not a blemish, not a pimple, nothing. It is so depressing. So tell me, Carol, how is it that you started modeling when you were quite a bit heavier? I saw photos of you at Sean Young's house.
Yes, I lost 30 pounds to model.
But how could you be a model and be 30 pounds heavier?
Well, the first day I went into the studio, they didn't want to use me, but they were a girl short. And what happened was, once I got in front of the camera, the woman just said, "My God, it doesn't even matter that you're heavy set. We want you to come to Italy, lose some weight by such and such a date, and you'll come with us." So it wasn't as though I was really fat. I was 30 pounds overweight, but I was also 5'8". So it pretty much was distributed.
Was this your earliest, your first big modeling?
Yes. I can't believe Sean still has those pictures.
She does, and I saw them. How much did you earn?
Oh, $87 for the day.
Models who are friends of mine tell me that they're very unhappy modeling because all models are unhappy and all they do is talk about sex.
Modeling was the best career you could have. You make a lot of money, you travel to great places, you meet great people. If you don't want to work, you don't have to. And I always got angry at the girls who would take jobs and be in a studio and be miserable in a studio shooting polyester pantsuits who didn't want to be there. I used to have clients save the worst outfits for me because they said, "We know that you can make them look the best." And I was happy doing what I was doing. But the second that I started getting unhappy, I took a vacation. And also I was married, so I mean, I talked about sex with my husband, not with other girls in a studio. That stuff stays in the bedroom with me.
Oh, well, very nice. Can we get into some of that? Talking about your husband, how do you handle him when he's had some bad times? He's had bad times on the ice.
Well, Ronnie was paralyzed from the waist down when I met him. So, I mean, I know I sound like such a little goody two-shoes sometimes. I mean, just the fact that he's walking is a miracle for us. Every day that he plays is a day longer than we thought he was going to play.
Yeah.
They told him he'd never walk again. So, when I met him, I had to make that decision whether I wanted a husband who was paralyzed for the rest of his life or to go on living my life without somebody who I was in love with. And I chose to be with Ronnie.
Tell me about your movie career. It's going pretty well, right?
Yeah, in Italy. It's going really well. We did a film about a year ago called Via Monte Napoleone. And from that film, a director saw me and offered me the lead in his next film, which was called My First 40 Years. This summer, My First 40 Years was the highest grossing Italian film over The Last Emperor by Bertolucci.
You have said that you don't think you're all that gorgeous, but that you became this successful because of hard work. What does that mean?
Well, when you're in a business like I'm in, where the women are gorgeous, I mean, you could be in a room. I get intimidated in a room full of half of these girls. When I walk into a studio and there's 5 or 6 other girls who are beautiful, I get intimidated. I never grew up being the one that all the guys chased after. I guess being 5'8" and overweight and whatnot, I wasn't the top of the list for dating on Saturday night. So all that stuff builds up in your head. You don't rely on your looks. You rely on your smarts, and you rely on being a professional.
The calendar costs $9.95. If by chance you want to see Carol Alt's husband, Ron Greschner of the New York Rangers, it's about the same price. We'll be back after this.